My favorite children's book is The Lorax, and I'll tell you why. It's because for so many years I read it to each of my kids as they were growing up, and all three of them really liked it.
Anne of Green Gables. I lived that book. I reread that book. I've given that book to everybody I know.
Curious George, which I've got here, was probably my favorite.
I love Scaredy Squirrel, and Scaredy Squirrel loves me.
My favorite book is Le Petit Prince, The Little Prince.
Roald Dahl's Revolting Rhymes.
Mom taught me to read it first, but then I went to the library and just books taught me to read.
I learned that from my dad. My dad was a voracious reader, and from a very early age, I turned into a voracious reader.
My mom mostly, and my grandparents, they would read to me.
My grandparents on both sides of the family taught me to read.
Reading is awesome because you can do it any time.
It'll take you to the door to see beyond the door. It'll take you to Spain or Ireland. It'll take you around the world and back.
When you read a book, it's whatever's in your head. There are no limits, and so that's why I think so often the books are better than a movie. I mean, you just can't match what your imagination can do.
You are able to go into places that you would have never gone before if it was not for books.
So I start my day with reading. I read for the research that I do, for the writing that I do.
To read to him every night before he goes to bed. And I think we're both really looking forward to when he gets to choose the books himself.
For me, it's my stress release. It's the place that I go to when I'm needing some downtime.
If I couldn't read, I can't imagine what it would be like. The reality is, I read to learn, but even more than that, I read to relax.
Without reading, aside from just losing the joy of being able to read a book, I think it would be very, very difficult in today's society to not be able to read.
I guess I wouldn't be a professor. I wouldn't have the privilege of working in a university, and I probably wouldn't be able to satisfy my endless curiosity for knowledge.
This holiday season,
Ask your friends and family to help you give the gift of reading.
Give reading.
Give reading.
Because you will enrich lives beyond the words.
So they can pass it on to people younger than they are.
Because it brings families together.